Hello students, welcome to Adapt, an online educational platform for electrical engineering. I'm here to teach you AC fundamentals, a very important part of SSC JEE syllabus. So before that, I need to tell you something. हम लोग अभी एक ऐसे सिचुएशन में, पूरी दुनिया एक ऐसे सिचुएशन में है कि हमारा फ्यूचर अभी टोटली अनसर्टेन हो चुका है. कोई भी ये अंदाजा नहीं लगा सकता है कि कितना जल्दी ये सब नॉर्मल होगा, कब नॉर्मल होगा. लेकिन उसके बीच और एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात है कि ऐसे लॉकडाउन सिचुएशन में खुद को कैसे मोटिवेट करके रखना है. जो भी एस्पायरिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर्स हैं, आगे एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए देख रहे हैं, प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, उनको it is very difficult to keep yourself motivated in this very uncertain situation. So we are here to help you. We are here to guide you throughout your preparation, throughout your career. So just follow our channel. हम लोग अपने सीरीज ऑफ लेक्चर्स में आपको पढ़ाएंगे, उसके साथ साथ आपको मोटिवेट करके रखेंगे और हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि जितना हो सके 100% दे के हम लोग आपको गाइड करेंगे फ्रॉम एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट आवर फर्स्ट क्लास ऑन एसी फंडामेंटल्स. वन मोर थिंग, व्हाट विल बी आवर वे ऑफ टीचिंग, ये आपको जानना जरूरी है. हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हर लेक्चर में some numbers of 8, 10 or 15 or more numbers of MCQs डालेंगे, बहुत अच्छे क्वालिटीज के. और हम लोग आपको ये सिखाएंगे कि उस MCQs को बेसिक फंडा, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स यूज करके कैसे सॉल्व करना है. ये जानना आपके लिए जरूरी है कि आपको सॉल्व कैसे करना है, क्योंकि MCQs ऐसे एग्जाम्स में MCQs बार बार रिपीट हो रहे हैं. फिर भी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स दे आर फेलिंग टू अटेंड दोज क्वेश्चंस बिकॉज वो लोग भूल जाते हैं बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स वहाँ अप्लाई करना. इसलिए हम लोग ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं, हम लोग अपना हर लेक्चर में कुछ MCQs देंगे और उसके रिलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट्स डिस्कस करेंगे. और MCQs बहुत अच्छे क्वालिटीज के होंगे, कुछ स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स में से होंगे और कुछ प्रीवियस ईयर्स के भी होंगे. सो जस्ट फॉलो, यू कैन फॉलो अस ब्लाइंडली. आई मस्ट से यू कैन फॉलो अस ब्लाइंडली. हम लोग आपको पूरी तरह गाइड करेंगे. SSC JEE का अभी तक डेट अनाउंस नहीं हुआ है और जब तक ये सब नॉर्मल होगा, डेट अनाउंस होगा, हम लोग के पास बहुत अच्छा टाइम पीरियड है प्रिपेयर करने के लिए. सो दोज हु आर प्रिपेयरिंग सीरियसली, हम लोग उनको एक बूस्ट देंगे थ्रू आवर लेक्चर्स. और जो लोग जीरो से शुरू कर रहे हैं उनके लिए भी ये बहुत हेल्पफुल रहेगा, क्योंकि हम लोग हर लेक्चर में MCQs के साथ साथ उसके रिलेटेड बहुत ही बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स जो भी हैं उनको हम लोग डिटेल में एनालाइज करेंगे, डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. सो जस्ट कीप वॉचिंग अस, कीप सपोर्टिंग अस. थैंक यू. लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर लेक्चर. आपके स्क्रीन में अभी 2 MCQs आ रहे होंगे. लेट मी रीड इट फॉर यू. अ करंट इज सेड टू बी DC when there are 4 options. A, magnitude remains constant with time. B, magnitude changes with time. C, direction changes with time. And D, magnitude and direction changes with time. And the second question is, a current is said to be AC when it changes in A, magnitude only, B, direction only, C, both, D, none. So these are very basic questions. बहुत easy questions 2 हैं, लेकिन ये बताना जरूरी है क्योंकि ये फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन है, हर बुक में आपको मिलेंगे. So before discussing the answer, let me tell you the differences between AC and DC. फिर आपको ये easy होगा दोनों questions को समझने में. These are differences between AC and DC. First point is about amount of energy that can be carried. So we can say in case of AC, we can transfer power or energy for a longer distance. और यहाँ पे आप पावर लॉस भी बहुत लेस कर सकते हैं, बहुत कम कर सकते हैं. बट इन केस ऑफ डीसी इट इज नॉट फिजिबल, इट इज इकोनॉमिकली नॉट फिजिबल. लेकिन आजकल और बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस के लिए एचवीडीसी यूज़ किया जा रहा है, लेकिन ये बहुत कॉस्टली होता है और इसके कॉन्सेप्ट भी अलग होते हैं. सो सबसे इजीएस्ट वे ऑफ ट्रांसफरिंग एनर्जी इज एसी. फ्रीक्वेंसी हम लोग दो फ्रीक्वेंसीज देख सकते हैं, एक 50 हर्ट्ज, एक 60 हर्ट्ज. इंडिया में हम लोग का 50 हर्ट्ज है, एंड इन फॉरेन कंट्रीज लाइक यूएसए एंड इन सम अदर कंट्रीज देयर आर 60 हर्ट्ज फ्रीक्वेंसी. डायरेक्शन अगर देखोगे तो AC is alternating, DC is constant. Alternating means you can see here, this is alternating. What exactly alternating mean? It means in the first, it is a complete period. In the first half of the period, the sinusoidal waveform is in the positive half, and in the second half of the period, the sinusoidal waveform is in the negative half. So here the charges are going in the positive direction, whereas in the second period, the charges are traveling in the negative direction. So the direction of charges, flow of charges alternates or changes in equal interval of times. But in case of DC, it is constant throughout the period. You can see it is a straight line, and at every point of time the value of current is constant. Okay, so this is alternating current waveform, this is direct current waveform. Production, you know, AC can be produced using AC generator at power plants, but in case of DC we need cell और बैटरी. और सेल और बैटरी को हमेशा अपने साथ कैरी करके रखना इज अ वेरी बिग टास्क. इसको मेंटेन भी करना है. सो हम लोग घर में डोमेस्टिक अप्लायंसेस और इंडस्ट्रीज में हम लोग एसी यूज करते हैं इन प्लेस ऑफ डीसी. डीसी बहुत ही लिमिटेड जगहों पे एंड बहुत छोटे छोटे डिवाइसेस पे डीसी यूज किया जाता है. एंड types, AC has many types of waveforms like sinusoidal, trapezoidal, triangular, square. और DC के basically दो फॉर्म होते हैं, एक प्योर वेवफॉर्म और एक पल्सेटिंग वेवफॉर्म. दिस इज पल्सेटिंग, दिस इज पल्स. कुछ लिमिटेड ड्यूरेशन के लिए there will be a DC current and the rest of the time it is zero. So ये एक pulse create करता है इस time में. This is one pulse, this is another pulse, this is again and one more pulse. So this is called pulsating DC. So next go to the question. The first question was, a current is said to be DC when its A magnitude remains constant with time. So we saw in case of DC, the magnitude is constant at every point of time. So we can say the option A is correct. Let us discuss other options. Option B, magnitude changes with time, is wrong. Direction changes with time. You can see direction is not changing, it is constant, it is in the same direction at every time. Charges are flowing in the same direction at every point of time. So C option is wrong. D option, magnitude and direction changes with time, so both are not changing. So D option is also wrong. The answer is A. In the second question, a current is said to be AC when it changes. So in case of AC, option A, magnitude only. Yes, magnitude is changing. At this point the magnitude is 0. At this point it is in the maximum. At this point again 0. Again negative maximum and again 0. So magnitude is changing. Option B, direction only. Direction is also changing because in the first half of the period it is in the positive half. In the next half of the period it is the negative half. Here charges are flowing in the positive direction, whereas in the second half of the period the charges are flowing in the negative direction. So the direction is changing. So option B also right. But there is another option, that is C, both. Both are changing, so option C will be correct. Let us go to the third question. The question is, what can be the advantage of using AC? There are four options. A, construction cost per kilowatt at AC generator is lower than that of DC generation. Option B, conductor of smaller cross section is required in case of AC in comparison to DC for carrying same amount of current. Option C, less insulation is required in case of AC transmission. And option D is transforming of voltage is possible in case of AC only. So before going to discuss this question, let me ask you a basic question. हम लोग AC क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? Why we prefer AC over DC in case of transmission? I can give you 3 important points why we are preferring AC. Why AC? So the first point is generation at majority places or power plants is AC generation. Okay, तो most of the places हम लोग देखेंगे तो वहाँ पे AC generation होता है. AC generation is cheap and easier than DC. And the third point is energy loss. In case of AC, energy loss is very less in comparison to DC. These are main 3 points for why we are preferring AC. Okay, so let's go to the question. Question was, what can be the advantage of using AC? So in चारों ऑप्शन में से the most appropriate answer is transforming of voltage is possible in case of AC. Construction cost per kilowatt of AC generator is lower than that of DC generator. You can't say, because AC generator or DC generator cost, the construction is almost similar. आप लोग जब मशीन पढ़ेंगे, मशीन सब्जेक्ट पढ़ेंगे, तब कंस्ट्रक्शन पढ़ाएंगे वहाँ पे सर, और उस कंस्ट्रक्शन में आप लोग समझ पाओगे कि AC जनरेटर और DC जनरेटर आर नॉट वेरी डिफरेंट. बस एक ब्रश, कम्यूटेटर का डिफरेंस होता है जो कि AC जनरेशन कर रहा होता है एंड DC को AC में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. तो वो आप लोग मशीन क्लास में समझ जाओगे. सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज रॉन्ग. Second option is conductor of smaller cross section is required in case of AC in comparison to DC for carrying. Second option is conductor of smaller cross section is required in case of AC in comparison to DC for carrying same amount of current. So cross sectional area is based on current levels अगर करंट सेम रहा तो क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरियाज will also remain same. So option B is also wrong. Option C, less insulation is required in case of AC. अगर voltage level same रहा तो insulation level भी same रहेगा. So option C is also wrong. Option D will be more appropriate and it will be correct one. Transforming of voltage is possible in case of AC only. DC को हम लोग एक वोल्टेज लेवल से दूसरे वोल्टेज लेवल को ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं कर सकते. We need a transformer and transformer helps in transforming AC voltage from lower level to higher or higher level to lower very easily. So option D is correct. The RMS value of a sine wave is 100 ampere. Its peak value is A option 70.7 ampere, B 141 ampere, C 150 ampere, and D 282.8 ampere. Okay, so this question is based on RMS value. So let me clear some of the concepts of RMS value and average value. This is a AC signal, sinusoidal waveform, and this is a DC signal. DC signal having a 20 volt, let's say, and the AC signal has also a peak voltage of 20 volt. So what happens here? If you can see the area under the DC, the area under the DC is not equals to area under AC. So what is the area under AC? The blue color area is the area under AC, and I'll color black for the area under DC value. So look at this carefully. The whole black area is the area under DC, and the blue area is the area under AC. So what happens here? You can see very clearly that area under AC signal is not equals to area under DC signal. That means the charges in case of DC is not equals to charges in case of AC. Okay, so area under this DC signal represents the amount of charges that are flowing. So area under the DC signal is more than, is not equals to, that means the area under the AC signal is less than the area under DC signal. So more area means more number of charges are flowing in case of DC, and in case of AC less number of charges are flowing. In this case, power delivery will not be same. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll add some of the area to the AC signal. We'll give some more area to the AC signal so that the area will be equal. In the next diagram, I'm going to do that. So in this diagram, I have added this much of area to the AC signal here. So now the areas are same, but so areas are same, that means amount of charges are also same. But surprisingly, if you give supply to a circuit having a AC source of this much of area and a DC source, you will get more power delivery in case of AC signal. Okay, so in this case, power delivery of AC is more than DC. So this kind of case represents the average value. Average value is the same DC value for which you can get a same amount of charges. Okay, so in this case, to make the areas same, I have multiplied pi by 2 to the 20 volt. So the peak voltage of this AC signal is pi by 2 into 20 volt, and the DC signal is 20 volt, and this value of DC voltage is the average value for this AC signal. That means V average is equals to 2 by pi of V peak. This you need to remember. It is for the sinusoidal waveform. V average is 2 by pi of the V peak. So here, for the AC signal having a peak value pi by 2 into 20 volt has an average value of 20 volt. Okay, how will you get 20 volt here? If I'll multiply 2 by pi to this peak value, I'll get 20 volt. So 2 by pi is multiplied with V peak gives you V average. So you understood? Let's go to the next diagram. Here I am taking same DC signal of 20 volt, but what I did to make the power equal, I decreased the peak of AC signal, and now the peak of the AC signal is root 2 times of 20 volt. Okay, so here you can see areas are definitely not same, but in this case, if you measure power, you will get equal amount of power for both the DC signal and the AC signal. So here I can write power delivery is same, but though the area under the curves are not same, so amount of charges flowing are not same. So this is the case for RMS value. Here, this DC value is the RMS value of this AC signal having a peak of root 2 into 20 volt. So here I can say VRMS is equals to V peak by root 2. This is also for sinusoidal waveform. Here again you can see, here I have taken the peak value of the AC is root 2 into 20 volt and the DC signal is 20 volt. So here this DC value is the RMS value for this AC signal. And what is the case here? what is the condition here? That power delivery is same. So to get a equal amount of power delivery, you have to apply an AC signal having root 2 times of 1 by root 2 times of V peak. Then only you can get same power as you are getting in case of DC. Okay, so you need to remember this point. Your power delivery is same, but charges are not same. In the previous case, power delivery was not same, but charges were same. So this is the basic difference between RMS value and average value. Let me do it a little bit practically. Okay, I'll show you a little bit practically. See, in the first case, I've given an AC signal having a value root 2 into 20 volt as its peak, and this is a DC signal having 20 volt. Here in this case, I've given a pi by 2 into 20 volt, and here the same DC signal of 20 volt. So in this case, if you will see the heat generation at this register, then in this case, in case of RMS, you will get same amount of heat dissipation. Okay, but in case of average, the RMS value of root 2 into 20 volt is 20 volt, because root 2 into 20 volt is the V peak, and if you divide root 2, you will get 20 volt. So 20 volt is the RMS value for this AC signal having a peak of root 2 into 20 volt. So V RMS is equals to V peak by root 2. In this case, I have given an average value of AC signal as a DC signal. Okay, 20 volt here, it is the average value for this AC signal having a peak value of pi by 2 into 20 volt. So this is the peak value. If I divide pi by 2 with this peak value, I will get V average. Or if I multiply 2 by pi, then I will get V average. Okay, so in this case, the heat dissipation for AC signal will be more than that of DC signal. Okay, because your charges are equal. Charges are equal, but heat dissipation is not equal because power is not equal. So in this case, the charges are not equal, but heat dissipation is equal because power is same in both the cases. Okay. So let me inform you, if you are having any doubt or you need notes or description, so you can mail us at adupforyou@gmail.com, or you can join our Telegram channel ADUP discussion. This is the discussion page, and ADUP official is our Telegram channel, or you can post it in Facebook. You can search ADUP, you'll get our page. Okay, so you're free to discuss anything in these discussion forums, or you can post your doubts. You can ask for any kind of help through these channels. So in case of average value, for sinusoidal waveform, we can see for every positive value, for every positive magnitude, this half has a equal magnitude, has a point of equal magnitude in the negative half. So if you will add, mathematically, if you will add this, or algebraically you will add all those, you will get a value of 0, because for every positive value there is a negative value, and over a period, if you will add algebraically all the instantaneous values, you will get zeros. So average value for a AC signal over a complete period is 0. Okay? But practically, we can't take V average as 0. Here in this case, what we do is, we take only the positive part. Okay? Or we'll just convert it into, take this kind of half waves. So now everything is positive. Now we'll get an average value. One more thing, let me tell you. From 0 to this peak value is called peak. From this peak to this negative peak is called peak to peak. If it is a voltage waveform, then it will be a peak voltage, and this will be a peak to peak voltage. And what is the instantaneous value? Instantaneous value is the value or the magnitude at every point of time. So at this point, it has a maximum value. So the instantaneous value at this point is maximum, whatever may be the value. And at every point there is a distinct value, there is a different values, and those are called instantaneous values. So instantaneous values depend on the instant or the time point. Okay, so this is the summary of, there are various types of waveforms: sinusoidal, square waveform, triangular waveform. So for sinusoidal waveform, RMS value is equals to 0.707 of B peak, or you can say peak, because we haven't taken any voltage or current. So RMS is 0.707 of peak. 0.707 is the value of root 2. Okay? And the average value is 0.637 of peak. 0.637 is the value of 2 by pi. Then check using your calculators. So for sinusoidal waveform, RMS equals to root 2 into peak, and average value equals to 2 by pi of the peak. And peak to peak is a double of peak value. Okay? And in case of square waveform, RMS is same as the peak value, because the peak value is itself or DC, it is in the DC waveform. Okay? So the peak value and RMS value is the same. Average is also equal to peak because it is constant. Okay? The value is not changing. For this period, half of the period, the value is not changing. So average is same as the peak value. And in this case also peak to peak is double of peak value. In case of triangular waveform, RMS is 0.577 into peak value, average is 0.5 peak, and peak to peak is 2 into peak value. Now for this exam, SSC JEE, for the timing, you don't need derivation. So derivation is your homework. You can send me to our mail or to our any of the channels, Facebook or Telegram channels, and I'll check it. Okay, so just do it in a copy, take a screenshot, take a photo of it and send it to us. So I'll explain there. If you are having any doubt in the derivation part, I'll explain there. So this class is for only SSCJ and will concentrate on solving MCQs using some of the basic concepts. So just remember those formulas, you will require it at every point whenever you are solving MCQs based on RMS values and average values. I'll show you how to solve this our fourth question. So let's go to the fourth question. Two more formulas are there. Just remember that form factor that is equals to average by RMS value. Okay. And another formula is crest factor that is equals to peak divided by crest. Okay. Sorry. Peak is itself a crest value. Peak divided by RMS. Got it?